Hey, Booze. Hey, it is your girl, the Rising Phoenix Empath, coming at you from Maryland. And I wanted to jump on today. And today's topic is going to be 10 indications a person under demonic influence was assigned to stop your destiny. Right? Now, let me just say this before getting started. We all have people who have hated on us, who are jealous of us. And, everybody does. Even people who are not chosen. People going people, right? But as chosen ones, right, we've experienced a profound amount of disloyalty, a profound amount of betrayal from people in general, and we trigger a lot of people. People don't like us, people rise against us, people go against us. I mean, it doesn't take much. All you got to do is walk in a room, right, of unhealed people. And because of your healing essence, you're just going to trigger a lot of hate, right? And so I'm not talking about those people. And then let me also say this: chosen, right? Even as a chosen person, we've all been used at our most vulnerable and lowest vibration to bruise and to hurt other people. We've all done it. I've hurt people too, right? In my unawakened state, in my lowest vibration, in my lowest vibration, in my most vulnerable state, I've been used to hurt somebody else, you know. And I'm going to tell y'all that story. Actually, it's one particular story that I have that I want to share. But I'm not going to do that today, but I am going to share that with y'all. Because it's important that we know that we weren't always the awakened individuals that we are now, and that even in the midst of our pain, in the midst of people and against us, we have also hurt other people. The difference is it's not so intentional and it's not ongoing. Like, it was never my intent to hurt anybody, you know. But I did. Doesn't change the fact that I did. I did. And I handled it wrong. I was younger. I'm going to share that with you guys. I've decided that just now, just in this moment, I've decided I'm going to share that during another video. But right now, this is 10 indications a person under demonic influence was assigned to stop your destiny, and chosen ones, we are not above reproach. We've also hurt people before during this journey, and the difference is when we come into repentance, when we come into ourselves, it's not just about repenting to God and repenting to your creator, because when true repentance has taken place, you have a heart for those that you have hurt. You do. And you go back and you try to make it as right as you can, right? And that's the difference. People who are non-repentant say, "Well, me and God done worked. I don't work through that with God, and that's I don't need nobody else's." That is not true repentance, because when you have repented, there is an authentic sorrow you have for the person you have offended and hurt. And you will always attempt. The person might not allow you to, but there will always be an authentic attempt to apologize, to say I'm sorry, and to make it as right as you can make it if the person allows you to. That is the difference, okay? Now, people going people, we've all hurt people, we've all been hurt, right? But chosen ones, this is specifically for you. As I told you in my other video that I did on angels and demons, I believe at birth, and this is not biblical, but I believe at birth we are all assigned an angel, and through our lives this angel is with us, trying to guide us through life, making the right decisions, and keeping us safe, and keeping us on the narrow path. This is what this angel is assigned to do for us, to just keep us on the right path and to keep us safe and to protect us. And I believe everybody gets an angel. That's my belief. But when you're chosen, when you are not just, when many are called, all of us are called, but when you're chosen, you do the work. You do the work required to heal. And there is a gift of empathy that you have for the world, even toward those who have hurt you. When you are chosen, you not only get an angel, but the powers and entities of darkness assign you a demon. And this demon is assigned to you to ensure you never meet your destiny. And I'm going to give you 10 indications of a person under demonic influence that was assigned specifically to stop your destiny. Okay, I'm going to give you 10 indications of the demon in your life, right? And that number one is a person who holds your heart to a degree and has close proximity to you and constantly tries to block your blessings. This person is a family member or romantic interest. Let me explain this. This person is in very close proximity to you, and you cannot just disengage this person and move on with your life. This person is in your bloodline. This person is in your family, and you know, as a community, and you know, as a society, we take these titles seriously, and we take these titles to mean that we can never be out of contact with these people. We can never not be in contact and be a part of these people's lives because of the close proximity and bloodline. Also, these people could be people that you are romantically linked to, right? And what that means is, in past, when we love hard, and even when it's over, it ain't over for us. Because, true love, can I tell you something about true love? True love never goes away. So even though you fall out of love, you still have love for the person. When you have loved truly, you never stop loving this person. And you never deep down, even when, especially when you get over the anger of it, of the ending of this relationship, you will even reach back and try to help this person because you genuinely and authentically want to see them do good, especially if you have kids with this person. You want the best for them. You don't have no hard feelings. You don't have no ill will. You don't want to see them out down bad, because seeing them down bad is seeing your kids down bad. I want to see people succeed. I want to see people buying houses. Hope that was my ex calling me. So y'all haven't heard my son in the background. Y'all usually hear him in the background. He be clapping and making it and making his noises. Well, he is gone for the weekend. This is my free weekend, so I just kind of got to chill this weekend. And that was his dad calling, because I called last night because I wanted to talk to my baby. I wanted to hear his voice. I wanted to know he was okay before I went to bed, and they ain't never called me back. And as a mom, I just be wanting to talk to my baby. I know, it's not that I'm checking up on him. I know he good when he with his dad, but it's just for me, and maybe it's the circumstance. I just be needing to talk to my baby. Anyway, where was I? Still on number one. This person holds you hold them close to your heart because they're in your family, and they are a love interest, and love never ends. Even when you're mad, even when you break up, even when you've decided to remove yourself from this person's life, if they're a family member, the love never dies. You still pray for these people. You don't wish no ill will for these people. You want to see them proceed in life, and you want to see them excel in life and do good and buy houses and whatever it is they so desire. You just want to stop being attacked. But these people are even your family or your love interests, and they hold your heart, which and they hold the title, which makes it very hard for you to disconnect from these people. And so the abuse that they dish out to you, it could last for years, and they're constantly trying to block your blessings. Okay, and what I mean by that is, it might blocking your blessings, could start out in the very early phases of this person may have proximity to you, and you may look up to this person. And so maybe as a young girl, these people fed you, this person fed you things, negative things about yourself, because they understood the laws, of the universe, and they understood how the subconscious works. And so they would say these negative things to you so that your subconscious can grab a hold of them and you believe these things to be true, right? And so a man thinketh, so is he. You will only be risen as far as you believe. And so if you have these naysayers in your life, in your space, passively aggressively putting you down, passively aggressively planting seeds of discord about you to you, okay, you will never be risen or lifted above that thought process, because those things, those seeds are being planted in your subconscious about you. So that's a way that they block your best blessing. They block your blessing by passively aggressively putting you down and making sure that you don't evolve to be the person you're supposed to be, to do the things that God put you here to do. Okay, that's just something small. That's number one. Number two, consistent betrayal, and each betrayal gets more and more treacherous. It might start out with the passive aggressive seeds planted, putting you down, and and so you may grow up a very insecure person because of the seeds planted by this person in you. You looked up to this person, you trusted this person, and you believed this person, and to a degree you even aspired, oh, she's pretty, or oh, well, she must be right, she's older, or oh, I want to be like her. You look up to your relatives that are older than you. You look up to them in this way, and to hear negative things about yourself, that's really a form of them blocking your growth, right, and your evolution. Right, so it starts off that way, but as the years go on, the betrayal gets more profound and more profound. So we graduate from those seeds, from those passive aggressive subconscious seeds being planted. We graduate from that to them breaking things that belong to you, stealing things that belong to you, embarrassing you publicly, talking about you to other people publicly. And you're in their bloodline, and these people are just neighborhood people or people, so with each layer of betrayal, it gets more profound and more profound. And so number two, again, is it's consistent, but one thing about it is it's all consistent, and as time goes on, the betrayal gets more profound as time goes on, because they see your growth and evolution, and they see that this level of betrayal is only going to work for so long, because what they can't do, no matter what they try to do, is they can't stop your growth and evolution, because it is coming. They can delay it with their antics, but they can't stop what was destined. I love that. Number three, this person actively sabotages you, does things to ruin opportunities, or throws a wrench in big event days. I'm going to give you a story time real quick. Story time. So I published my third book. Titled I Am Reggie, Life from the Eyes of an Exceptionally Different Boy, who was about my son. And at the time, my son, I think when I published that book, my son had to be maybe 8, 7, 8 when I published that book. And, you know, because the book was about him, it was important for him to be there for me. I would always schedule my stuff for on my free weekends, but this book event was different in the sense that this book is about him. And I wrote it in honor of him and kids like him. And I wanted him to be able to celebrate this day with me. And even now, you know, he's older now, much older now, but we are very limited as a family as to what environments I can take him in. And so I make the best decision for him, not for me, for him. I think of his safety first. I think of his well being first. I think of him first. And so we're limited. And even then, when he was younger, we were limited because, he was so hyperactive and still is, and so because I was planning this, I planned it out months in advance. So I figured, okay, I'll have support there with me so that he can be there. Of course, my parents was going to be there. And so I went to this person and I asked them, I'm going to need help on this day. I'm planning my book signing. I've already rented the venue and I'm really looking for support for Reggie. I'm going to need help. I'll pay you. Okay. I found it very odd that I had to pay this person when you consider how I showed up for them and their kids when they needed me to show up for free. And it's just, to me, something that you just do for people that, you're supposed to love, right? Anyway, so, but I said, okay, fine. Because, I don't take for granted also that my son's situation is just different. His behaviors is different. And, you know, it's different. So I said, okay, I'll pay her. That's fine. So my mother came to me weeks before. I'm just a plan, and I had paid for the venue. I paid for food. Not. I paid for a cake. Not a cake. I paid for cupcakes, and I'll never forget that my mom came. I actually paid for the first 25 people. I didn't pay for because food was expensive, but I said I gave them, some inspiration to get there on time by saying, hey, the first 25 people will eat for free, and I had the food out waiting for them. And when they came, they ate, it was cool. It was really good. And my mother came to me weeks before that event and she said, you know what? Something in my spirit is telling me that this person is going to flake on you. I need you to um I need you to make other arrangements for Reggie to make sure in the event this person flakes, you have a plan. Because this is your day, this is your event, and if you don't have something for him, if you don't have something in place for him, this could ruin your whole day. Now, I can do, and my mother did tell me, I could be there for you and do what I can do, but I'm going to be honest with you, in a public setting. Now, at this time, my mother and father are older, and at this time, I'm really not leaving Reggie with them like that because I can see the difference in them. I can tell they're getting older. I can tell, my mom was still getting him off the bus maybe until maybe 2 years prior to her death, right? And but I didn't want her to do it, and I had made arrangements for his dad to get there to get him because I knew my mom was getting to a place where she just couldn't do it no more, but she wouldn't stop. I loved them. I missed them so much. I missed that support. But I just didn't want to put that on them, because he had become, he was getting to be older and getting to be a handful, and they were also getting older. And I recognized that. And so I didn't want to put that on her. But she gladly took it. She took it up. But I did make other arrangements on that day. Okay. Lo and behold, I made other arrangements. And so the day of comes, of the day of my book signing, it she came and said, oh, I ain't going to be able to do it. And I couldn't, I didn't blink. I said, oh, okay. But she sat and waited for my response to be so much bigger than it was because I had already secretly made other arrangements because my mother, and I had also felt that she was going to flip, and I'm like, she wouldn't do that. But when my mother confirmed, because my mother coming to me and telling me that was confirmation of what I had already felt in my spirit. And I made other arrangements, and the day of, she came to me and said that. I said, okay. Yeah, because I don't think that's something I can do. I said, okay. Oh, okay. Had arrangements. And then my mom and them did end up coming. And then my mom and dad actually left early. And when they left, because they stayed there for maybe 50% of the time, so they got to eat, they got to see everybody, they got to see the signing, they were there. My son got to be there, and when it was time for them to leave, my mom and my dad took my son and my daughter with them, and it was a good day. It was a good memory. And as a matter of a fact, till this day, my mom still has her Facebook page. Till this day, her not her profile picture, but the background picture on Facebook is a picture of my mom, my dad, my daughter, and my son. On that day, I had the signing, and my daughter is holding up the "I am Reggie" sign, and that is her Facebook background picture to this day. So, yes, this person actively sabotages you and does things to ruin opportunities or throws a wrench in those big event days for you. So it's supposed to be a big day for you. Oh, they trying to ruin it. But it wasn't ruined because I knew. Okay, number 5. Oh, and lo and behold, this person was at the signing, enjoying, socializing, having fun, taking picture ops, making it about them. Okay. Number 5, this person has tried actively to break any covenants you have with anyone else. Case in point. Case in point. Hold up. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I skipped one. Number 4. Number 4, you have done a lot above and beyond for this person. Your generosity knows no bounds. Every chance they get, they betray you. Let me give you another story time. Another story time is, when I had my first house, I had got one of those loans. I'll admit it. I'm going to admit it. I got a loan. Those loans that was putting everybody into foreclosure to where you didn't pay your taxes with your mortgage. Yeah, so I paid my mortgage and then I had to pay my taxes at the end of the year. Well, I was late with paying my taxes, right? But I finally got up the money to pay my taxes, and maybe like a month later, they would put a lien on my house if I didn't pay my taxes. So I was about to pay my taxes, and this person came to me crying. They needed money for their rent. They ain't have rent. Da, 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 they behind. Da, 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 da. So I explained to them, well, I don't have it. And mind you, I'm a single mom trying to figure things out on my end too. And I didn't have money to just give away like that. I ain't have it. But I explained to them, you know what? I got this. Okay, I do have it, but it's for this. And I need it back before this date. Can you give it back to me by this date? Because if you don't, my house will get a lien put on it. I have no other way of getting this money other than getting it back from you. So if I give you this money for your rent, will you be able to pay it back to me so that I can pay my property taxes so that a lien doesn't go on my home? Yes. Okay, so that was the understanding. Gave them the money, no problem. A week before the lien was going to get put on my house, this person comes by my house in a new car, bragging about how they bought a new car and put down this money on this new car. And I didn't seem too happy, and it wasn't because I'm a hater. So everybody, these people are they're weird. You know, I'm not a hater, and I can be happy for other people when they get houses, when they get cars. But it don't faze me because I know that if the Creator blessed you, He's in my neighborhood, and that's how I look at it. You gotta, the prerequisite for blessings is to be happy for other people's blessings. I've never been a hater, right? But it was quite hard for me to. I wasn't gonna pretend to be happy for her, to buy this car, knowing that a week later my house would be up on the chopping block for auction because she didn't give me that money back to pay my property taxes. She went out and got a car instead and then came over and bragged about it to me. So I called my mother crying. I called my mother crying because I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. She called her. This person came over my house, gave me the money, and gave it to me begrudgingly, and then proceeds to post on social media as if I'm an Indian giver. Passive aggressively. She never said my name, but posting stuff as if I was an Indian giver, as if I talked about what I did for her when it wasn't that. I was in a dire strait. When I lent the money, she knew that if I didn't get it back within a specified period of time, my house, I would get a lien put on my house, and then you can lose your home, and She did all of that, gave me the money back begrudgingly, and then proceeded not to speak to me for weeks because I'm hating because she got a new car. Nah, boo, I needed to figure out how I was going to pay my property taxes before they put this lien on my house. And you didn't keep to the agreement we had. Lack of integrity. You did this and put me in this situation. And so as a result of this, I no longer loan money. If you are in a bind and you are my friend, and you know, and I also have to feel led to help you, and if I feel led to help you, if I have it, I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it to you, and I'm going to give it to you, but I'm going to tell you, pay me back when you can. So that way, if you never pay me back, I really wasn't expecting it anyway. In my mind, I say that, but I ain't expecting it. If I give it to you, I'm giving it to you. But if you pay me back, I hope you do. But if you don't, that's fine. You know, and I do give sometimes as a gift when I'm led. But I've grown to a point where I'm not confusing my empathy being weaponized against me with the Holy Spirit's voice telling me to help somebody. And as empaths, we get it confused a lot. We confuse the guilt of not just giving in excess to people who are manipulating us and weaponizing our empathy versus hearing from the Holy Spirit. Okay, so I no longer lend money, but yeah, this person, you go above and beyond for this person. You put yourself in harm's way for this person to get this person out of harm's way, and then in return, she was going to let my house get a lien on it, and it took my mom to call her and say, "Hey, you knew what was going to happen if she didn't get this money back." It took my mother to do that. You're a grown person, and you know what we agreed to. But you, to keep her from losing her residence and place to live, you put yourself in a bind, and in turn, they left you hanging. And this is the narrative of this relationship. They will betray you every chance you get, and you will lift them up and you will help them every chance you get, and in return, they will shit on you. Excuse me. I'm sorry, but that's what they do. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5, this person has, they gave me the money back and I was able to pay my property taxes in time before the lien. But can I tell you, that money didn't post to the state of Maryland literally until the day before they was going to issue the lien. You see how I risked my everything for this person? And as a result, all I get was you giving me the money back begrudgingly and posting on social media as if I did something to you. You will help them every chance they get, and they will shit on you every chance they get. Number 5, this person has tried actively to break any covenants you have with anyone else. Another story time real quick. This person dated, at the time, my husband, he's now my ex-husband, dated his friend and told my husband to keep it a secret. For number 1, that was inappropriate. You never tell another man's wife, you never tell another woman's husband to keep a secret from her, unless it has to do with a surprise party you planning for her. Don't go to my man and tell him to keep a secret from me. But not only did she do this, he did it. And you know what that led to? That eventually led to him, this person and his friend going to the movies, and my husband being there, and then her friend being there. And in turn, whether it was meant to be a double date or not, it don't matter. Y'all all went to the movies as a 4-pack. And I never knew about it until months later, which lets me know that everybody involved knew it was wrong and inappropriate. And so this is how we let the enemy in. But this person, and I blame my ex completely for this, because he made the decisions, right? But I'm also going to tell you that a lot of these demonic people have a lot of esoteric knowledge and they have a lot of spiritual knowledge. So to him, he was just going to the movies without his wife and, going on a double date. In his mind, oh, she ain't going to know. This is how he thinks. He's carnal minded, nothing spiritual about him. He doesn't understand the spiritual ramifications of such betrayal. You have broken covenant with your wife. He don't understand this concept. He just know he getting away with something they ain't gonna never find out about. Whereas she knew the spiritual ramifications of such things, of breaking. And this is not the only covenant that was this is not the only time my covenant had been broken, and she's not the reason. I'm not blaming her, but she had a part in it. Some stuff that she did factored in on the breaking of the covenant, right? And she knew of the spiritual ramifications of these things and that you would do them. And then tell me your husband ain't got no loyalty to you. And I'm like, what do you mean? Because she knew what he would agree to when I wasn't around. I'll never know everything. And it's okay. I know what I need to know. But she knew very well the spiritual ramifications, and she actively tried to break the covenant of my marriage because she was no longer married. And he, in a fit of anger, when we got into an argument, told me that all four of them had gone to the movies together months before. Come here. Here. Oh, the dog. The dog done puked. Hold on. Y'all. This dog done threw up. Okay. I gotta get it up. It's disgusting. Okay. Where am I? Yeah. Number 5 is they actively try to break any covenants that you are in. Right? And let me just say this to those who are unmarried. Covenants can be created not only with marriage, but with promises and words. So a lot of you engaging with people who are engaged with people and engage with people who have made promises to these people, and they've made promises to one another, and in some cases even had sacred ceremonies promising their devotion to one another, things that you don't even know about, and you are interjecting yourself in these relationships because the other person who is a narcissist is lying to you about their mate. And so you are just interjecting yourself into that. You're breaking a covenant. You don't know what these people got going on. And don't be deceived by people who lie and tell lies. And I've been there too. I've been on both ends of that. We gotta be careful with the covenant. Because I don't care whether it's a marital covenant or a covenant where that was made with words and promises amongst people who are engaged or dating very seriously. A covenant is a covenant, and these people will break your covenants. Okay? And just like I made a song, one of the lines in the song is, "It's scary, yet want what I got, even if it's not a lot." Did you catch that? Iscariot. Want what you got, even if it's not a lot. These people don't have to be top tier people, but because chosen ones, they're connected to you, and they belong to you under covenant, and you to them under covenant. You make them look good, chosen ones. You add value to things of no value, is what I'm saying. Okay? Number 6. This person has smeared your name nonstop, even when you were in good standing with them. Let me break that down. This person, my demon, my demon's best friend came to me one day, and I believe that that these people want they people don't like you because they hear things about you that you have no idea is being said about you. And so, I mean, I would, your best friend telling you these things, you're going to believe them, right? Why are they lying? But as time goes on, if you are a true person of the light, if you are a true child of the Most High, you start to see through it. And it could take time, but you start to see through it, and you start to see, no, she ain't telling the truth about this person. Well, lo and behold, this person told their church friends that I had a mental problem. Now, at the time, I was going to the same church, and I was really active in ministry. And the people came to the people saying something. I think because when you are a person of God and you're hearing such troubling things about people, and then you see them, and what you're hearing is just not adding up to what you see, and you're like, even this person is sick, and they're good actors, or this person is lying, and you really you don't know what to believe because you love your friend. But then again, too, I believe, like I said, when you are really a child of the Creator and the Most High, it's only so long that you will be able to see through the lies and the manipulation and the jealousy and the hatred that this person and the jealousy that this person has toward this other person. And so, two people have or came to me on two separate occasions. And one person came to me and was like, I was told that you struggling with some mental things. Now, let me say, I wasn't struggling with mental things at the time. I was really struggling with being a parent of a special needs child. This was, I grieved for maybe the first, to be honest, I really, really grieved heavily the first maybe 8 years of my son's life. I really I went through all the phases of grief. And as they grow and get older, you go through different parts of grief because you realize, the different milestones that they should be achieving in life, they're not achieving. And your path and journey with this child is just going to be different. They're not going to graduate from kindergarten like a normal graduation. When you go to their Christmas programs, it's not going to be them acting and talking and singing the songs. It's going to look different. And so as a parent, you mourn these things and these milestones, and you do start to celebrate eventually. But in the beginning, I really mourned. And so I really kind of went through a depression of sorts with that, with my son's diagnosis, and with grappling with it, what it meant for a lifetime, how his life would look, and how our journey would look. And I grieved and I mourned the loss of a lot of typical milestones that he would never accomplish. Okay, I mourned that alongside my divorce from my ex, which is a breaking of a covenant. And, the Holy Doctrine says two shall become one. So they're two wholes coming together to make one. But when that thing splits apart, nobody's whole. It's never a clean split. So he's broken and I'm broken. So the brokenness from all of that, the situation, what I went through, and the divorce in itself, and the separation in itself, coupled with me really grappling and processing the fact that I have a special needs son and that this journey is so unconventional. And so I went through a lot, right? And I was somewhat depressed. And well, this person took that, knew I really didn't have any issues, but just was really in a funk. And rightfully so, because life was just lifing, right? and took that and really ran with it, and in my time of vulnerability really created a narrative that was false, that was untrue, and that was fake about me to their friends, to the point their friends came to me. One friend told me, "Are you okay? I heard that you would," and I said, "That's not true." And I explained to her what the issue was, that, I was mourning and I was grieving the loss of my marriage. I'm grieving the loss of milestones for my son, and I am in a bad place, headspace, because I'm grieving and I'm hurt, and I don't understand why these things are happening to me. And then on top of that, I have this person in very close proximity to me just kicking me when I'm down, smearing my name to people in church. And these people in church, being godly people, really come to me saying, "Listen, what's going on? Are you okay?" Caring about me. Her other friend came to me and point blank said, "She does not want the best for you. She does not want the best for you. She's jealous of you and she does not want to see you succeed. And it grieves my spirit." I take that back. 3 people came to me. The third person that came to me was the person who went on the double date with him. And she came to me and she apologized to my mother and she apologized to me, because this person not only had, smeared my name, but also smeared my mother's name and just created a narrative that wasn't true. Because with certain people, it's not that you love them less, it's just that the behavior, you have to love them different, and you have to show them hard love, right? And it's just unfortunate, but she lied on me and my mother. And this person, the person who went on the double date with my ex-husband, came to me and said, "I just wanted to apologize to you. I'm so sorry," because that person was experiencing some really hard stuff in life. And I knew what she was apologizing for, but I asked her, I said, "Well, what am I forgiving?" And I already knew. This person never admitted it, but I said, "Well, what am I forgiving?" And she just looked at me, and her tears welled up in her eyes, and she just was like, "I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I'm so sorry that the way I acted and treated you, and I apologize." And she admitted that this person had told her a bunch of lies about me, had her wanting to fight me, physically fight me, because of the lies she told this person about me. And she never confessed to going on a double date, and I didn't need her to, because you know what? As an empath, I felt her repentance, and I forgave her, and I hugged her. We hugged it out, and she changed. And I know in my heart that she is sorrowful and repentive for the role she played, and I do not hold that against her, because I see the growth and I see the change. And this person is still this person's friend, my demon. This person is still friends with this person, but it's different. She really had to change the way she moved with this person, because you're putting just she loves her. She still loves her and is still her friend, but it's not the same. And it's because she knows she has to love her a certain way. Okay? But this person has smeared your name even when you're in good standing. And this is before, all of this before, all the smearing of the name, before I actually made the decision to fully walk away from this relationship, from this person. Okay? Number 7, this person loves you. That was number 6. This person has smeared your name nonstop, even when you were in good standing. That's number 6. Number 7, this person loves you, but the hate will always be greater than the love. People, hate, when driven by demonic forces, will always be greater than any humanistic love they have for you. And it's unfortunate, but it's true. You have these people who have these relationships, these love-hate relationships, and let me tell you, if that love-hate relationship is geared in jealousy and envy, the hate will always be greater than the love. And do not hold on to those moments where you have experienced love from these people, because it will never truly be reciprocated. Because with the little bit of love they show, with the 10 15, I'm gonna say 15, with the 15% love that they show you in those moments, and you know it's true and you know it's real, and that's how you know that there's still a chance for this person's soul. That 15%, that 85% hate will always be more prevalent and will always bear more fruit than the 15% of love. And so you need for this, and it's for this reason that you need to separate from this person, knowing that anything good that you have, they will try to take it away. They will try to block it. They will smear your name. They will try to be like you. They will try to accomplish the things that you're accomplishing. They will do everything. And when all of that fails, they will go to being accusing you and creating false narratives about you, and in essence smearing your name. Okay. Also, okay, so the hate will always outweigh the love. Number 8, this person is pathologically jealous and envious of you. I have been away from this person for 3 years, no contact. And in this 3 years, without even really trying to, there's very traumatic moments that suddenly come to me that I remember that this person did. And it's so crazy to me that I allowed this to go on for as long as I did. And I get mad at myself for allowing it for so long. Allowing the blatant jealousy and envious, because you can't hide those things. You can't hide them. Wanting to date from the same pool that you date, and I had to say, well, hold up. We are related. For number one, we don't need to be dating from the same pool. I don't want to date from the same pool that you date from. And for number two, there are circumstances surrounding your situation that we just shouldn't date from the same pool. So why are you trying to date from the same? I don't want to do that. That's, for me, one thing I've never done, say what you will, is I have never messed around behind any of my friends or any of my family. So what that means is, if you've had a man, I don't want him. If you slept with a man, if you had a man, a friend, or a family member, I don't want him. I don't want them. I've never done anything, and I can proudly say that I ain't never done nothing like that, because I think that if you don't have no bound, you gotta have a boundary. It has to be something that you're just not willing to do. And there's a billion people in the world. Surely this one person. Why would you want to give anybody the glory of being able to say they had you and your cousin, or you and your niece, or you and your friend? Why would you want to give anybody the glory like that? Or you and your sister? Why would you want to give another man the glory to carry that around in a community about your family, about your friends? They ain't really friends. Yeah, she let me. Like, why? What are we doing, ladies? Chosen. We better than that. Okay? So number 8, this person is pathologically jealous and envious of you. And the envy will show up in ways where they will try to be seen by men that you are interested in. They actively pursue people they know you have an interest in. Okay. Number 9, due to the closeness and proximity, this person and their antics will always break your heart. As long as you connected to these people and praying for something, praying for a different outcome, I need you to understand that this person will always betray you and break your heart. They will always disappoint you because the demon in them won't let them do anything else. And let me tell you, if you have a demon assigned to you through a person to clip you up and to stop your destiny, I want you to know that person is not saved. There is no way that a person can be under that much demonic influence to cause that much hurt and harm to you and not be of the darkness. I need you to understand, for water and sludge cannot come from the same spring, you even hot or cold. And it's one thing for a demon to have influence, but after a period of consistent influence, it becomes possession. And it's sad. That makes me sad. That does not bring me joy to say this, but I do not believe that this person is truly saved. Number 9. Oh, that was number 9. Due to the closeness and proximity, they'll always break your heart. That's what they were born to do. Number 10. When in contact with this person, you are always in a posture of needing to forgive this person, which affects your connection to the Creator. For me, it came a point in time in this relationship where I had to let it go, not because of all the things they were doing to me and have done to me, but I had to let this relationship go because the things they would do to me was became so triggering. And with triggers, there are patterns and triggers, and one of those patterns is you just get extremely angry, and feelings of rage and hate come about, and then you're having to process those feelings and constantly forgive this person for one offense after the next. And it really, you can keep forgiving, and but they will never stop. The betrayal will never stop. The backbiting, the smearing campaign will never stop until you disconnect from them, and it will affect you less. And you no longer have to grapple with your feelings of anger and bitterness and almost hatred for all of the compound things this person has done. Because when you forgive, when you keep forgiving, it's one piled on to the next. And it's like how the Bible says does it say 70 times 70 or something, like forgive 70 times 7? You got to forgive the person 7. And I'm not saying I meant that. I'm not saying that. And I do forgive. But at some point, to save your soul and salvation, so that you won't be tainted with hate and you won't be tainted with bitterness and unforgiveness, you have to disconnect from this person, not because of everything that they did to you, but because you are constantly in a posture of needing to be counseled in therapy, and the things that they've done to you is traumatic, and you're having to talk that through and forgive that and process that, and it's just one injury after another, and it makes it harder. With each injury, it makes it harder and harder for you to forgive this person. Well, guess what? It's time for you to disconnect for your relationship with your Creator, so that you can be free of the bitterness so you can accept this person for what they are, who they are, and the side they've chosen. And you pray for them and you love them from a distance because this person wants to destroy you because they're an agent of darkness. I'ma just say it. They're an agent of darkness, and their mission in life is to destroy you, hurt you, and to ensure your destiny is never fulfilled. And so it is imperative that you disconnect, not because of everything that they've done, but because of how you start to feel about them after years and years of this. And so to protect your heart from hate, to protect your heart from bitterness, to protect your heart from unforgiveness, you must disconnect, because you're constantly in a posture of needing forgiveness of your sin for feeling how you feel about these people. There are more. It's been 55 minutes and 22 seconds. We got to end this video. There are more, but this is 10. I'm going to go through 10 again. I'm not going to talk on each. I talked on each one. I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to just say whatever. Number 10 indications a person is under demonic influence was assigned to stop your destiny. 10 indications a person under demonic influence was assigned to stop your destiny. Number 1, a person who holds your heart to a degree and has close proximity to you and consistently tries to block your blessing. This person is a family member or romantic interest. Number 2, consistent betrayal. Each betrayal gets more treacherous. Number 3, this person actively sabotages you, does things to ruin opportunities, or throws a wrench in your big events. Okay? Number 4, you have done a lot for this person. Your generosity knows no bounds. Every chance they get, they betray you. Every chance. Number 5, this person has tried to actively break any covenants you've had with anyone else. Number 6, this person has smeared your name nonstop even when you were in good standing. Number 7, this person loves you, but the hate will always be greater than the love. Number 8, this person is pathologically jealous and envious of you. They're so pathologically and envious and jealous of you that the other people can start to see that they lying. They lying on. She's lying on. She's jealous of that girl. Number 9, due to the closeness and proximity, this person and their antics, they'll always break your heart. There will be no other ending until true salvation takes place, and until true strongholds are broken, they will continue to break your heart. Number 10, when in contact with this person, you are always in a posture of needing to forgive this person, and it affects your relationship with your Creator. You are constantly in a place of having to forgive because they will not stop their attack. They will not stop their injury. And it puts you in a place of just really starting to dislike this person as a person. And so you have to disconnect because you're constantly seeking forgiveness for how you feel about this person because of the accumulated attacks and the accumulated injuries they've caused you and traumas they have caused you. Folks, that is the 10 indications a person under demonic influence was assigned, chosen one specifically to you to hinder and stop your destiny. I'm sorry this video was so long. I hope that you are able to get through the whole thing. I think it was pretty good. I think that I gave you a bunch of good information. But this is the 10 indications that a person is under demonic influence and was specifically assigned to you, chosen ones, to stop your destiny. I hope that this was helpful. And until next time, chosen ones, I love you and I will see you soon. I think I'm going to make another video today because I'm on a roll. All right. I love you. Hope this was helpful.